Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Arsenal Manchester United show. People gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast meets the Mandem United podcast. So please keep all of your questions Arsenal or Manchester United related. A lot to discuss with both of these sides. As always, obviously we got the gonna talk from the Arsenal representative, my bro in the building, Cam. What you telling me, Cam? You good?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I must be one of the only few Arsenal fans that ain't really, losing my mind right now. You know what
All right,
I
we're gonna
mean?
get to all that. We're gonna get to all that because there is a lot to discuss as always. As you can see from the title, people, Arsenal dropped two vital points at Anfield versus Liverpool.
Or did we
Manchester United.
gain one vital point?
We're gonna talk
Ah,
about it. You can talk about that. Manchester United continue in Europa League and top four race as well. Big up to everyone in the chat. Like I stated, make sure you keep all your comments, all your questions, Arsenal or Manchester United related. Please, let's bump up the likes as well. Let's make sure we bump up the likes, people, because over 20 of you lot locked in. We're even at double figure likes. So let's get up to 20 likes. That's what we need to do first and foremost. Big up to LFC for the double as well. I don't know why that's me playing up my other laptop, but we moved. Anyway, big up to Peter G. I see you in the cut. LFC for the double. Montana, Ed, United for life as well, who says big up flawless and everyone in the chat. Hit the like and thank you for the late streams. It's all good, man. We're here. Ed saying, yo, I actually need Arsenal to win the league, fam. The treble is really looking like it's on and it's making me sick. Yo, we're fucked either way, but that's a whole different conversation. I even want to talk about that City Bayern Munich game. But we move. Tommy T had one job. You know what I'm saying? He had one job.
hey, listen, I need City to get to the final, bro. I need Real Madrid to get to give them that tough game in the semis, bruv. I need them to wear the pause on this one, but then I need them to wear the fuck out of them, bruv. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Personally, I need it, but hey, listen, here's what it is, man. City is just looking like fucking. They've left it late, but they better late than never. Do you know what I
They're
mean?
clicking into gear. That's what it seems like. It does. It seems like they're
It
clicking
seems
into
like
gear.
this year they've left it very late to hit form, but they've hit form and they're on fucking
Yeah.
fire, bro. Like
They was there. They were on there. They are like legit look like they're on smoke. And that being said, I forgot to clarify at the start as well. Obviously, you normally get the show on the Thursday, people. Normally Tuesday you have the United Liverpool show, but Saint couldn't make it on today. So that's why we've moved the Arsenal United show to today. And the Manchester United Liverpool show you will get on Thursday, people. So that's why we've had the switch around in the schedule. But it's all on the schedule anyway. But you already kind of touched on it. I'm starring all the best questions. Don't worry about it, you lot. And let's go, man. Let's hit like check. We slow off the mark. You man talking about Upper Mancano, moving like Upper Mancano with the likes on that buying
try,
defense. Let's
bruh,
bump up the
moving
likes, man.
like Upamecano was never even a player right now. Like no appearances whatsoever, bro.
Yeah, like yo, so let's bump up the likes first and foremost. Let's hit the share button as well. Let's get more people in here and subscribe if you're new. We're looking for 5 new subscribers, people. So please get us to 6,000. 6,300. That is the next milestone. But yeah, 20 likes. And like I say, subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. And Taha, we was gonna get to that. So come, obviously, Arsenal, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. Arsenal led 2-0, thoroughly deserved, bossed the game for the majority of the first half. Liverpool were awful. And then they got a lifeline in that first half. Then it was 2-1. And then in the second half, it flipped. And Liverpool were the team in the ascendancy. But how do you look at it? Is it 2 points dropped or is it a point gained? And on top of those two things, those two questions, if you don't win the league title, do you look at this as pivotal?
I'm glad you brought that up because I
Yeah.
was thinking today. Literally, I went for a little walk. I'm glad I had an umbrella with me because that rain was coming down like a madman. But I went for a walk earlier in it, and I thought about this. But I'll get to that after. So if we're going on the game itself, I'll speak about the game itself. The game itself, I mean, I was fairly shocked that the first 40 minutes, like 35, 40 minutes, we were that dominant in Anfield. I was shocked, and I'm not blaming I blame Xhaka because he woke the Anfield crowd up, but I'm not blaming him for why we dropped 2 points. He's not to blame why we dropped 2 points. He just woke the Anfield crowd up, and look, let's be real, the Anfield crowd does play its part.
Yeah, absolutely.
It plays
Absolutely.
its
It does.
fucking part. So, and every single team has felt that. Let's be real. Every team done it, whether it's this year, last year, the year before, they felt that Anfield crowd. The only one that hasn't felt it is Real Madrid. Legit. That's the only one. Like, it's crazy, bruv. But so we're going on the game. So it's disappointing how it was a disappointment how we went 2-0 up and then threw the game away. We were very lucky to escape that. I mean, if you're actually looking at it, it could have easily finished 7-6, 6-5, sort of. Like, but it could have easily finished. So, like, we had our opportunities in the second half. They weren't as dominant as we were in the first half, but in the second half we did have a few opportunities. But I mean, yeah, man, like, we were lucky to come out of there with a draw, to be honest, man. Like, we escaped with a draw. Ramsdale was on job. Got to give it to him. Like, we came out there with a draw. Like, most people thought we were gonna go there and lose anyway. Like, the funny thing is, like we got clowned yesterday for it, but what I don't get is about it is, like, you're the same people, not you personally, but these same people that clown Arsenal for drawing yesterday were the same people who said who expected Arsenal to go there and lose, but used the excuse, well, Arsenal top of the league and Liverpool are here, so they should be going there and winning. So they'll use that that for a scapegoat. And, well, I did say we should, but reality is everyone expected Arsenal to go there and lose. So the fact we didn't lose is a positive in itself. But we haven't brought the duck yet at Anfield, just like we ain't brought the duck at Etihad. So, but yeah, so for the game itself to finish 2-2, I mean, I was disappointed.
Of course, from 2-0 up, of course, any game, even though it's Liverpool at Anfield, you're gonna be disappointed because of that, because you're in such a strong position and we're so dominant and we're well worthy of the 2-goal lead.
I mean,
I was very impressed.
all Xhaka needed to do, but it's not in Xhaka's nature. All Xhaka needed to do was walk away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like, the crowd would have got excited, after he did the push. All Xhaka needed to do was walk off. He didn't need to come back at Trent. If he had walked off, that excitement from the crowd would have died there. That's what it would have been, and that he would have died there because Xhaka's walked off. He hasn't given them the rebuttal that they wanted, but he gave them the rebuttal they wanted, and it woke the crowd up. In it, that's what happened. But at the end of the day, you can't blame the crowd on why Liverpool scored.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. There's still more, even though people can say it was Xhaka started it. He's not responsible for everything that happened after.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, I'm agreeing with you in terms of I get what you're saying. Like, it'd be so easy, but that's so lazy just to blame
Xhaka. So lazy just
and
to
say
blame
that's
Xhaka
on you.
like,
when Jesus missed the sitter when you were 2-0 up. People ain't talking about that.
I can't even lie. I mean, Martinelli, there was right at the end as well.
The Saka pass when he could have played in
had
Saka.
free, bruv. Oh my god, Saka dusted. I forgot who it was. If it was either Van Disney or the other one, but he dusted that guy, and all Martinelli needed to do was the ball. Oh my god, it just had to be perfect, and he goes, "Oh, this guy, bro." But do you know what? Like I said, look, I ain't gonna get too frustrated. Do you know what? If I want to talk about the whole general thing, like, yeah, it's 2 points dropped in the sense where if we're going for that league title, that's 100% 2 points dropped.
Okay.
But if we was 2-0 down and we had brought it back to 2-2, everyone sees that as
it's a point gain because it's a momentum shift.
Yeah, so
that's what
you know what it is? It all depends how you see it, really, man. Like, yeah, you can see it as a 2 points drop, but then you can see our history at Anfield's been so shockingly shit. You can actually say it's a point gained in some aspect. Do you know what I mean? I think we've only picked up 2-3 draws and the rest have been losses since 2012 when we last won there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. So, and then I'll be honest with you, like, moving on from the actual game itself, like, I'm not too fussed about us drawing to Liverpool. I'm not too fussed. Like, the way I see it now is if we're gonna win this league, it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? I'm just happy, like, as an Arsenal fan, you're gonna laugh at this. I'm just happy that I've seen Arsenal get to the end of the fucking season.
You're beating, this guy is
like, you don't understand. Like when I understand. When I really deeped it yesterday after the game, I said, you know what? I ain't even mad. because I'm actually going to see Arsenal get to the end of the season in May, in fucking May, not February. We're actually going to see Arsenal get to May, mathematically still winning, being able to win the league. Whether we're top or not, we're still going to be mathematically there, and that's what makes me happy, bro. Because I've not seen that since 2005, bro. Don't give me, yeah, but what about 2008? And then there's like maybe 2012, you could put in there, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we dropped off by February.
Mm-hmm.
We were no longer title contenders by when it hit March.
Yeah. You lot did the Liverpool this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were no longer title contenders by March.
Yeah.
No, if anything, no disrespect, we did the U with the fans that were claiming that you was in the title race. And you
did the United.
we did that. That's what we did, innit? That's what we normally did, innit? Yeah. So, but we would do it from the top. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it from second or third. We'd be the top, and then by like sort of mid-March, end of March, we're completely out of it.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm actually seeing Arsenal being mathematic, like we can still get there. Like even if City do end up taking the top spot, like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I thought about this on my walk as well. Like the way I see it is, I think everyone's looking at it so wrong with Arsenal because everyone wants to see Arsenal fail. Not Arsenal fans, but the rival fans. Everyone wants to see Arsenal fail. And what makes me, and I'm going on a mad hunch on this one. Yeah.
Talk about it.
I'll be completely wrong on this. Someone can clip me on this, but I've got a funny feeling Arsenal lose out on the league this year.
Why?
I don't think Arsenal need to worry about teams. I think teams need to worry about Arsenal next year.
Okay, let's go to the first part of that. Why do you think you lose out on the league title this year? What is it?
No, I'm not saying I think we do. I'm saying if we end up.
Oh, you're saying if you do. Okay.
Yeah,
first.
Because the way I see it now, yeah, is look, Arteta has changed my whole mind.
True, he has, and that's where I give you. That's where I have to give you your. That's where I have to give you your credit, and that shows how much of a real fan you are because you was critical of Arteta, and rightfully so. And now Arteta's doing a good job. You've not doubled down and been like, no, he's still terrible. You're giving him his credit for doing a good job. But go on.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, look at the signings we got from 2 years ago when we got absolutely slaughtered for Ben White and this signing and that signing. Look, they're actually coming to be good for us now. Now, the reason why I say if Arsenal end up losing out, I reckon next year, and this is the hunch I'm going on, and I hope I'm right, but I could be completely wrong. But the reason why I say this is because this is the first time I've seen Arsenal in a positive manner since the times where we had that team, when we had the Henry, the Pires, the Lundberg, the Patrick, the Vieira and all that. The positive way where if Arsenal lost out on a league title to United, look how much better they played the next year. Now, we go back to last year. We lost out on top 4. Yeah. Arsenal got absolutely clowned for it. And let's be real, these players are, even though they act like they're not on social media a lot. Let's be real, they're on social media as much as us. They're seeing as much as the shit that we see that's actually towards them themselves instead of, a fan base particularly. And they've seen it and look how they responded this year. Why? The reason why I'm saying be wary for next year is I've been wrong for half the players that Arteta's brought in. And I was wrong for that. Yeah. I thought they were going to be shit. They've ended up being our best players.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So I put my hands up on that. Why I say I reckon the rest of the league need to worry about us next year, and it's not the other way around. Arsenal need to worry about the rest of the league, is because give Arteta the signings he wants, right? And we get them signings. He's already proved with all the signings that he's got so far, he can make a player a better player. He's proved it. So give him the signing he wants, yeah, and give him 2-3 statement signings in the summer. Not that I trust Edu in itself, but I trust Arteta to get them, like to get at least 2 or 3 in. Give me 2-3 statement signings, and this is why I said about centre backs as well. Give me 2-3 statement signings. I wouldn't above. If I'd be looking at it like, bruv, you're saying we need to be worried. You lot need to be fucking worried.
Yeah, because you've shown you
if we have the same sort of response as we did this year from last year, because no one fucking expected us to be where we are at this point of the season. Let's be real. Even before
Facts.
we, do you know what I mean? No one expected us to even make top 4 this year.
Now you spitting.
Like,
You
if we're
spitting. There
gonna
was
go
doubts
all the
about
way
you.
back
There
to
was
the
doubts.
start of the season,
Yeah, there
and we're
was doubt.
talking about, you know, everyone's predictions, most people didn't even have Arsenal hitting top 4.
I didn't. I think my top 4 was City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Who did I have 4th? Because it wasn't United. It might have been Spurs. I think it might.
It might be
I'm
Spurs
guessing it
or
was Spurs.
Newcastle, or maybe
Yeah, even Newcastle. It would have been Spurs for me.
It
Would have been
might be
Spurs.
Spurs, yeah. But yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
I didn't rate you lot, and I didn't rate us. So how
so
wrong man was
that's
on
what I
both
mean.
of
So,
those.
but we didn't even make most people's top 4s from at the start of the season, and we've already just completely smashed that up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm only going on a hunch that there's a new positive light in the dressing room. It's none of this negative bullshit anymore that we've been seeing for the last near enough 20 years nearly. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually seeing it as do you know what? If we win the league, then yeah, it's different for next year because we've won the league. Do you know what I mean? And then yeah, we might. I'm not saying we'll slow down, but we might, you know, not be as pacey as we was this year to prove a point. But if we lose out on the league, especially at the same time, sort of same time we lose out on top 4, I think that will give us the, well, I hope anyway, that will give us the extra. Do you know what? Let's not clown ever again.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know what I mean? And then hopefully going into next season, that's it. Boom, we'll just get it goes superb for us. But that's why I'm just going. I'm going on that hunch because this is, like I said, this is the first time I've seen Arsenal where they've proved me wrong time and time again now this season alone. Where after we've dropped points, I generally thought that was it. We're going to drop more points, and they flipped it on the head, and they've ended up going on a 4, 5, 6, 7 winning streak.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, I'm just happy that we got to the end of basically near the end of the season, and we're either going to be champions or we're going to be runners up. But either way, we're finally to a point where we wanted to see Arsenal, and we've not seen that Arsenal in since 2005.
Yeah.
When we last finished second against Chelsea, because that was the only time I can remember where we was in a title, when we was really in a title race till near the end of the season. Until Chelsea were just like mathematically impossible to catch, but that was different. But that was the last time I actually remember like being at the end of the season like, oh, do you know what? We've had a good fight, you know, like, fuck, you know, if we win it, we fucking know, but if we don't win it, fair play, do you know what I mean? Like, at least we got to the end, like, you know what I mean? So just for that, I'm happy. Obviously, we go do the next thing next season. I mean, we end up losing again next season at the same time. Then I'll be more like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's like, what the fuck? Like, you had it there and you let it slip again. Then that will piss me off. But for this season alone, because no one expected Arsenal to be here in mid-April. Like, if you would have said to 10 people, and
no one
10 people would have said, I'm telling you, you would have said Arsenal in mid-April will be top of the league, 6 points clear, right? On City. Everyone would have laughed at you, bro.
Absolutely.
All them 10 people that you say that to would have laughed at you, like, all right. Well, all right. So, but let's be serious. So City are what, 20 points clear by the mid-April? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I mean. Like, just for that alone, like, I'm still in shock at the season we're just having it alone.
Why are you, fam? Of course you're in shock. Of course you are. You lot, I will get to all your questions. Don't worry. I'm seeing the questions. I'm starring the best ones. The reason why, obviously, Cam's getting everything off his chest in regards to the game. And I know you lot have more questions on the game. We're also live on the Twitch right now as well, people. So Sarcasm City TV, we are live right now on the Twitch. We're live here on the YouTube. Obviously here, myself and Cam, the Arsenal, Manchester United show. But then obviously the play-ins have started. So there's an Eastern Conference NBA watch-along going on the Twitch right now. The gang are over. There is the Miami Heat versus the Atlanta Hawks. So that watch along is going on. They're fighting for the 7th seed in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They're fighting for the 7th seed in the playoffs, because obviously the playoffs start Friday. So you'll get 2 playing games tonight, and then we'll do one tomorrow as well. So we're gonna do Lakers, Timberwolves after, you know what I'm saying? Heat Hawks, people. So yeah. to live twice. So that's why I was on the phone, people. I was just making sure that man was good over there and had all the login details and everyone knew what was going on. These have had quite a few questions, actually. Let's go to this, because people have mentioned this. Taha says, what do you think about Arteta's subs? When I don't know how to pronounce the centre back, but when that centre back came on, I knew something was going to happen. But outside of just that substitution, did you have an issue that in particular?
Yeah, do you know what? No, there was one little
subs.
Yeah, no, he did, but he bought him on too late for me, man. Like,
okay.
I mean, personally, I would have bought Trossard on a lot earlier. I would have. Why he bought that Kawhi guy on? I have no fucking idea. Like, he's not even.
So you upset? Were you unhappy with his subs?
I mean, it's not the fact I was unhappy with the subs alone. It was just the timing of the subs. Like,
timing.
I mean, the Kawhi one, just it wasn't the fact I was unhappy. It was just more of a, why are you bringing him on? Like, he's not ready for this kind of shit, bro. He's gonna crumble. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no. I mean, look, he got the management wrong in the game when it came to the subs, and like I said, like if we talk like the game itself, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I'm not gonna get too upset about it because I expected to lose anyway. Like, I know what I said on last Thursday about the 3-1, but the reason why I said that was because I was expecting Arsenal and the way they're playing to go there and beat a Liverpool the way they're playing. You know, all the same. But then obviously, you know, I didn't consider the Anfield crowd. That had its part to play, especially in the 40th, like from like the 40th minutes or so. They got their goal, and then boom, it all went down from there. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I see us, but the thing is,
before you continue, actually, fam, hold that thought before you continue. Hey, you lot, like check. Over 50 of you lot in the building. We're only at 22 likes. What is going on? Let's bump up these likes, people. Girls up to 40 likes, man. Like check 1212. Don't be slacking with these likes. Girls up to 40 likes, people, and subscriber check as well. We are still, let me double check this as I refresh this. I know we're short on the subscriber check. You lot have been slacking the whole day, because I know there's new people in the building, which is all well and good, but pay the toll when you enter the city of Sarcasm. All I need you lot to do is hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. That's it. Still 5 short of 6,300, and we're still way short of 40 likes. So get us to 40 likes and get us to 6,300 subscribers. Only 5 more.
Likes.
Yeah, go on, come. Say what you're saying.
No, I was gonna go into how I see the only way I see Arsenal winning this league now, would it?
Yeah, go get to it.
That's got off the.
It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Go on. How do you see you lot winning the league?
Oh, right. Nah, to be honest, the way I see it is like, look, we've played it back into City's hands in a way where if it ends up going down to the last day, it's going to be on goal difference, because everyone's expecting Arsenal to go and lose to City now away.
Yeah, I do.
Everyone's expecting it. I think the only way we win this league is if we go there and not lose.
So draws. So you'll be happy if you go there and draw.
Win. If we go there, we get a draw, which I don't think.
Okay, if you win, do you win? Is the league yours?
Oh, the league's ours. If we win, and we're still sort of that sort of 3 to 6 point mark, depending on where we are. Because I mean, if we end up dropping points to West Ham and they end up winning, then it changes the whole complex.
Okay. Big on my guy King K in the chat as well.
Sorry, yeah, Elijah.
Cool.
I'm just going on the assumption that we're going to end up, because we've won the reverse fixtures. I'm going on the assumption that we're going to, leading up to the City game, we're going to end up winning the next 2 games before City. I think it's 2 games before City. So I'm going on the assumption that we're going to win them 2 games. So we're still going to be remaining that 6-point gap.
All right,
so if we can go there and get a draw, and we remain at 6-point gap, I'll be more confident about going on and winning the league. If we go there and win, I'm telling you, we win in the league.
All right, that makes sense. 100%.
I don't think we're going to win there. That's not me saying what I was going to ask. I expect us to go and win there.
What's your prediction now for that game? Because to me, conceding that late goal and drawing there has swung the pendulum back in City's favour. I think the momentum's now with them. If you lot had a won, I think it would have stayed with you lot, and I would have still had Arsenal as
Well, that's the
favourites for the
thing.
league title.
Like I said it before, innit? We need. Is it less? I think they already played Leicester before they play us, because then they got the semi-final.
I'm going to run through both fixtures in a second. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, it's only Leicester they play. It's only fucking hell, Leicester ain't gonna do shit for us, bro.
Nah, they still got to play. They still play Brighton away. That's not going to be easy.
But
You lot obviously have Brighton at home. I don't know if it's before. I'm literally pulling up the fixtures now.
I know, no. I know, like I said, like, but I don't know if it. Wait, they just played, and then they've got Bayern, and then they play. I know, I could be wrong, actually.
I'm literally gonna just have a look now.
I don't think I am wrong. No, I'm not wrong, bro.
I'll have a look now. Right.
I think they've got.
Leicester. So yeah, they play Leicester at home. Then it's Bayern. Then it's the semi-final against Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Obviously, they got the game against Brighton away that needs to be rearranged.
I don't even want to. No, I just realized.
Then at home to Arsenal. They're at home to you lot. Then it's away to Fulham. Then it's at home to West Ham. Then it's at home to Leeds. Away to Everton. Home to Chelsea, and then away at Brentford. Whereas you lot West Ham away is your next one on Sunday. West Ham away. Then it's at home to Southampton on the Friday, following Friday. City game. Then Chelsea at home. Newcastle away. Brighton at home. Forest away. Wolves at home. I said this when we did the show last week, Thursday. That 4-game period of City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Brighton is where you'll either win it or lose it. I think by the time it comes to game week 37, we'll know what you are on.
The way I see it, look, we can't take another L. The problem is with Arsenal right now. In the final 8 games, we actually can't afford another L in these last 8. We can't actually afford an L. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. So in his next 8 games, we actually can't take any L, even if it's to say we cannot take an L in these next 8 games. I mean, if we can go to Etihad and pick up a draw,
you'll take a draw right now.
And look, the way Newcastle are playing right now, I'd fully expect them to beat us as well at home with the crowd on their side. But if we can go there and grind out a draw and we can win the rest of the games, I'm more confident. Then we win the league regardless. But
yeah, you would.
If we take an L, we can't drop another point. That's the problem. We have to win the other 7 games. Mm-hmm. So if we take that L to City, we actually have to win them 7 games that we got, barring City. Mm-hmm. And we just have to hope that by the end of the season, we got a better goal difference than them. Which it just
currently their goal difference is better.
Yeah, their goal difference. That we grinded it back down, but
5 goals. 5 goals, but they do.
I know we grinded it back down to like 2 goals or 3 goals at one point, and then the weekend happened, didn't it? So is what it is. But yeah, like I mean, the City game, I've just realised. So they're gonna play Leicester. They're gonna probably end up playing a full strength squad. They're gonna go to Bayern Munich. I won't say they're gonna rest players, but they're gonna rest 1 or 2 because they're already 3-0 up as it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, if they go there and get an early goal or another couple goals, then he'll bring half his squad off at half time, and then they've got a whole week rest because they ain't gonna play the fucking semi-final. He'll play a more of a B team in the semi-final against Sheffield United.
Yeah, he's gonna definitely rest players for that.
You know what I'm saying? Because he knows Arsenal's next.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking here. Mm-hmm. Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Well, to Goldberg, you're next. And you know what? I can tell Cam's locked in. You know why? He's in a title race and he knows like one slip up cost him, you know what I'm saying, the league title, or one win, you know what I'm saying, will gain them the league title. So he's honed in.
Like, do you know what it is? It's like,
you going through this right now. You know what I'm saying?
Go on. That's the thing. We're all expected. This is on because we're all expected City to go and win every single game they've got left.
We are. I'm not gonna lie.
We're expecting them to get like 100% out of these next 9 games because they've got 9. We've got 8. They've got 9, innit? Yeah. And they're gonna have another game in hand over us come next weekend.
I'm looking there. I expect them to beat home at Leicester. Brighton away will be tough, but I think they'll beat Brighton. I think they'll beat you lot. Fulham, I think they'll beat West Ham at home. I see them beating Leeds at home. Everton away, depending on what Everton they're fighting for, will be tough, but Everton don't have enough going forward. Chelsea are just they're 11th, and then Brentford away, which will be tough, but I expect them to do the. I expect them
But
to
this
do
is
the
the thing,
business.
like I said, like like I said, if we take one more L and save it to West Ham, then we have to actually beat City. Otherwise, we lose the league.
Mhm.
That's where we lose the league. Like, look at your smile as well. Look at your fucking smile.
You know why? You know why I'm smiling? Because as much as I want to be in the situation you are in regards to my
Your
team
club,
fighting
yeah.
my club fighting for a league title, the pressure you're currently under right now, thinking about this. And I've been here before. It's been a long time, but I've been in this
Trust
situation
me, I
before.
know.
And it's stressful. As much as
It's
it's
stressful when you
enjoyable,
think
the
about it.
running
But that's what
is
I'm
mad
saying. Like,
stressful. And you're literally going through it now, but we're just talking like on a live, and I can see, you know what I'm saying, the wheels turning in your brain, and you like, right, if we do this, but then if this happens, I can see like the pressure
right.
that the
Do you know what? I've
situation.
said it
That's
before.
why
I
I'm
said it
smiling.
after the Liverpool game. I said we need a fucking miracle from one of the two of the teams that are playing City. For the rest, we need a fucking miracle because otherwise it's peak for us. It's fucking peak because no one realizes. Yeah, I fully expect us to go and beat West Ham on Sunday, and then I fully expect us to go next Friday and beat Southampton at home. I fully expect that. So I'm fully expecting us to be, by the time we play City, on 79 points, I believe, because we're 73 points, I think. Yeah. So I expect us to be on 79 points and City to be on 69.
Okay.
But they're gonna have 2 games in hand over us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they'll be on 70. No, they're 68, so they'll be on 70. So
Hey,
they'll be on 70.
maths ain't,
Sorry.
you confuse me. My maths ain't on my strong suit as
No,
it
no, no,
is.
because
So go on.
Arsenal 73. So we get to the next 2 wins. We go to that City game on 79 points, and City will go there with 70 points because everyone's expecting them to beat Leicester. But then they've got next weekend off because they've got the FA Cup, innit? So that's where the second game in hand will come in over us. We have to be 9 points clear by that City game. We have to be. Even though they've got the 2 games in hand over us, we have to be 9 points clear. Otherwise, it's peak for us. It's peak for us.
Let me run through some of the
Been a while
comments.
since I thought like this. Last time I
Let me
was
run
thinking
through.
like this, I was like 11 years old, bro.
Let me run through some of the comments. To Ed says, Flawless, I can't lie, I missed that stress. Oh, yeah, that's why I said I would love to be in the situation Cam is in. As much I'd be him right now. If Arsenal were where United are, and United where Arsenal are, I'd be the one talking like Cam. You'd hear me literally going through it. You know what I'm saying? As Cam is
Bro, I'm
talking
going
about
through it
this,
right
going through like what could happen and how it could be so great, but then how it can go wrong, and fixtures that you lot have got coming up, and the fixtures that City have got coming up, and when you lot play each other, and days rest in between, and players staying fit, and players being in form, and the other competitions Manchester City are also in. What happens if they get knocked out by Sheffield United? What happens if they go through? It's looking like they're going to go through to the semi-final. What happens if they play Madrid and it looks like they're going to go through to the Champions League final? What happens if it's a tough battle? What happens if they get packed? There's so many question marks. And the best thing about it is, people, all of the questions we have are going to get answered. There's going to be no
Literally
question
in the next sort
unanswered.
of 7 weeks. In the next
Everything.
7 weeks, we're all gonna have these questions answered, fam. We're not
Everything.
gonna be waiting to the whole season, fam. We're not waiting months. We've got 1 month and 3 weeks. That's what it is. 1 month and 3 weeks, basically, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like I
Yes.
said, look, yeah, look, if we end up losing out on the league, yeah, I'm gonna be upset and disappointed
Mm-hmm.
about it because we were so close. We were so close, but it is what it is. But then that's why I'm gonna look at it like, listen, this is the first time where I see us lose out on something from last year, and we not only came back, but came back 10 times more positive than anyone else expected of us. I'd expect that to be next season. So I'd actually be more looking forward to going into next season. Fair enough, we just lost out on the league, but I'll be more looking forward to it because I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe this new Arsenal squad, I've got that Joe. You know, that dog in them, that
Yeah,
biting them.
you've
That,
actually
like,
been
listen,
you've
let's
actually
not
been in a
fuck this one
war.
up again, innit? Like,
You've
we've
actually
already
been in a war.
proved. I don't care if these teams are improving around us. We've proved to every team, barring City, that we can beat them. We've proved it. Our only mission now is to beat City. If we can beat City next season, it's different. It's a whole different game then. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at any other team but City then.
Yeah, of course. And rightfully so. Of course. It's only right.
Like, yeah,
Of
don't
course
get me
you're
wrong.
looking
I
at it.
know United are going to improve and Ten Hag's going to improve United thoroughly. I know Newcastle are going to improve. I know Chelsea are going to bring in a decent manager. They're going to improve. I know all this. But Arteta's proved to everyone without them, and they don't want to, whether they want to fucking admit it or not, Arteta's proved to everyone that he is a better manager than anyone thought he was.
That
He
is
proved
true.
it to me. He's
That's
proved
true.
it to me.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I said it even when he came to Arsenal, I said it. Look, it's not like, I've always rated his man management. I've always rated that man management of him, because you saw it at City with certain players, and then you saw it with them same certain players when he left, how much they dipped in form. Jesus is one, Sterling's one. Like, there's half that squad. Sane's another one. Like, there's so many players that dipped in form after he came to Arsenal, because they don't have that man management that they had with Pep. They have this new guy.
Yeah, it's not the same, right?
So my only biggest critique was how is he with a team management. And now he's proved me wrong, that he can actually be a proper good team manager and on top of a man manager. So that's why I say, listen, I'm more worried for the league next season than I am if we lose the league than I am if we win the league this season.
It's gonna be interesting. Let me get to this. Big up Prince V for the super chat, much appreciated. He says, not falling for the Asna gas. He says Asna. He says, City looking to win the treble. City are on for a treble. So Real Madrid, over to you. You know what I'm saying? In that, we'll do our job in the FA Cup. Real Madrid, you know what I'm saying? Benz, Vinny, Ancelotti, you know what I'm saying? Carlo.
I was about to say, if City if City end up winning the league, yeah, that's the only day I want United to beat City.
I'm saying in that, like,
just for pure pettiness, bro.
So yeah, Prince, big up, man.
For pure pettiness, bro.
We don't need that, but I think Real Madrid will do the business against City. Obviously, they're favorites against us in the FA Cup. Like, they're definitely favorites against us in the FA Cup. And then the Prem, I think they will. But let me just run through again. You lot continue to get your questions in. Keep them Arsenal or Manchester United related, please.
Barring one season with Liverpool, yeah.
Go on.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong.
Go on.
Someone in the chat will definitely know this. So correct me if I'm wrong in the chat as well. Barring the season they actually won the league, COVID season.
Who?
Did Liverpool only have one in the 5 years that they were chasing City? Did they only have 1 year where they were top for majority and City overtook them near the end?
Yeah.
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 All right. No, I just need to clear that up in my head or not. Because I said, because someone put it on. I put it on Twitter, innit? And someone, I forgot who it was. Someone said, wouldn't you be worried about it? And I'm like, nah, man. I said, the funny thing is, I'm old enough to know that I've seen the United team that used to fucking win leagues. I've seen that team to Arsenal and Chelsea bottle the league from them winning it. Not bottle the league, but, losing out on the league from them being top. Do you know what I mean? I've seen that. I've seen an Arsenal team many a times lose the league but top. I've seen a Chelsea team do the same. I've seen all these teams around us that we consider a top 6 team, barring Spurs, really, that we consider a top 5 team. Yeah. So I can't really put Spurs in there, and that's not disrespecting them. It's just, I'm just going on the history right now. What I remember as well.
It's the history of the Tottenham. We know they didn't win the Premier League. You're right. Let me get to this from John real quick, though. John, love for the super chat, says, the fact Arsenal are only warming up and going against City, fair play to them. They'll be right up there next season. Managers/players will only improve. John, big up for the super chat. Much appreciated. Secondly, that's what Cam's been saying, actually. He has been saying this about Arsenal next season. As much as he would be disappointed if they don't get the business done this season. He's like, next season, I very much look forward to what's going on, which I hear. I do.
Because look, I'm only saying it on the assumption that we're gonna come back like how we did come back this season after our losing out on top 4. Because I feel like this new Arsenal team aren't a one to be all dwelling and oh, well, fuck this shit, man. Can't be arsed, man. Man, fuck all this. And rather done, it's just vibes. Fuck it, we just do vibes, innit? Yo, what, go on, you good, yeah? Yo, what, do you want to win today or lose? I don't really care, innit? It's just vibe. Like, I don't see that anymore. I see this team where they've, like, I thought after losing out on top four last year, that was it. That was our shot for Champions League football alone. That was it. I thought maybe that, yeah. But then this season's happened, and I'm like, fuck, I've not seen a sort of rebuttal like that from an Arsenal squad since like 2001, 2002, bruv. Like 2003, 4, like that time when we were actually quite great.
Okay.
But we were, fair enough. I mean, I can say we were great, but United was still that much more, a little bit more better than us.
You were great. We were just greater. And that happens.
Yeah, that's what it is. We were great. You were just great. Do you know what it is? I wouldn't even say you were greater. I just say you had the greater manager, bro. Because I generally think if you put half the managers, especially back then, if you give half the managers that were considered top, that same United team, they don't win that league.
At times,
I really do put it down to Fergie, bro. I generally think Fergie is generally the GOAT manager. And the reason why I say it is because I've seen half of these United teams win a league that they shouldn't fucking be winning, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And he's got, bruv, he installed fear into players, bruv.
You did?
He installed fear like, bruv, anything less than a league is a failure. And if you don't win a league, anything less than a Champions League is a fucking failure. I don't care if we win a Carling Cup, how it used to be called, or an FA Cup. It's a failure of a season. If we don't win at least one of the two majors, it's a failure. And that's how we saw it. And that's how you could see it with him. Hence why United for so long, for 20 years straight, were always at the top. And let's be real, out of them 20 years, 13 of them, they were top.
Are you right? You spitting from?
So, but like I said, like but that's going off on one. Like that's why I'm saying next season I'm more excited to see it because like I wasn't expecting the rebuttal we had for this season. I thought we were going to have a very similar season to what we had last season. Even with the likes of Jesus and even with the likes of Jesus and Zinchenko and that coming in, if anything, I expected us to be in top 4 because of them signings. Otherwise, it would be on our Arteta.
You was looking at it realistically, like there was nothing to suggest you was going to be top of the league at this point. You were not seen, never mind title winners, you were not seen as title contenders. You were even seen as dark horses. Like, if this, then this goes right. So yeah, credit.
Yeah, we weren't even considered the outsiders, bro.
Yeah,
the dark horses. We weren't even considered an outsider like Leicester, bro. Like Leicester wasn't even considered a dark horse, and in that same season until they ended up doing what they were doing because no one fucking put them down to win the league, barring maybe that one person who put like what was it, 10 grand on them or whatever it was. Or won 10 grand on them or whatever it was. I don't know, bro.
Someone did a muzzle. Big up Mike AFC for the super chat. Big up Arsenal fans out in full force. Good to see you lot. You know what I'm saying? Arteta changed the culture of the club. Keep your head up. The league is far from over. The Etihad isn't a foregone conclusion, and we've supposedly bottled it 15 times this year, so we moved to West Ham. What I'd say to this, Mike, first and foremost, well, secondly, again, love for the super chat. Much appreciated, my guy. Secondly, yeah, people overuse the word bottled. I agree. Like, it's very rare you hear me say that. As soon as a team loses a match, people automatically, such and such bottled it. No. Do I believe there's times where bottled it is fair? Yes. But do I believe Arsenal bottled it at Liverpool? No, I wouldn't go as far as to say you bottled it.
Do you know what? I've got something to say to that as well.
I think you had a poor performance in the second half, and Liverpool took advantage of that. But I think sometimes it's an off day. I don't think Arsenal bottled it against Liverpool.
Put it this way. Do you know what? Do you know how I see it? Do you remember back in the day, yeah? Before
you go, actually, let me get to this because let me just get to the rest of it as well. Etihad isn't a foregone conclusion. I do agree, Mike. However, I have Manchester City as favourites going into that game. Has Arteta changed the culture at your club? Yes, because I actually, for the first time in years, since Wenger was there, I take Arsenal serious now. I look at you lot as a serious outfit who can go and compete for the Premier League. Like, you are competing for it this year. I expect you to compete for it next year. I don't think you go and roll over. But yeah, and that's pretty much. But West Ham, no. West Ham, I do agree with Marcel. West Ham is not a foregone conclusion. I think that's a potential banana skin. As poor as they are, I said this about the Liverpool game, and I was proven right, even though there was no footballing logic. This one, West Ham are fighting for their lives and just got packed by Newcastle. I think
But
that's a
that's the
potential
thing. I
banana
mean,
skin. But
the
yeah,
only
go on,
difference
Fred.
between West Ham and Liverpool is the quality of
Yeah,
players.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They've
yeah,
only
yeah. 100%.
West
You
Ham.
know,
Look, I'm not disrespecting West Ham because
no,
to
it's
be
not.
honest, with the players they've got, they shouldn't be where they are.
No, it shouldn't be.
Do you know
No.
what I mean? But I'm the reason why I'm not worried like that against West Ham right now is because, put it this way, if they had the manager change this week, then I'll be worried. But they don't look like they're gonna sack Moyes until the end of the season
Huh?
anyway.
It's like
So
Moisey's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Shout out
you know what I
Moisey.
mean? So under
Moisey.
that Moyes regime, the only player I'm worried about is Rice, and that's just him overrunning. That's it. Because we're gonna end up signing in a minute. So I just don't want him to be injured before we sign him, right? No, but the funny thing is, do you remember back in the day, yeah, when there was no top six, it was only considered the big four.
I do remember, of course.
It was United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Mhm.
That was the big four. Every other team under that wasn't considered nothing, bruv. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when it was like that, and every single season you went into so every single season that came, you would think, all right, well, one of these teams are gonna win it because they're the ones that are challenging for it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, I've not seen that with Arsenal for so long. That's why I'm so happy about it. And then on top of that, it's got like, but there's so much that can be done to win this league, but it's just like the only thing I've got on, like, I say is swaying our way is the fact that in May alone, like the fixture pile up on City is going to be crazy because they're going to have two. They're not just going to have the one game in hand; they're going to have two games in hand, and they're still going to have to play the two semi-finals, the two semi-final legs anyway. Do you know what I mean? So the fixture pile up for City alone is going to be crazy. So that might work in our favor.
True.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only sort of hope I got. But like, is what it is. But we should see what happens, because when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to like, do you know what I've just said?
Let me run through some comments. Get your thoughts together. Hey, big up to you lot, man. Like I said, continue to get your questions in. Continue to bump up the likes as well. Don't forget, we have an NBA stream going on at the exact same time, people. That's Sarcasm City TV live at the same time. Like, it's Sky Sports News and Sky Sports main event. So they're doing Miami Heat versus Atlanta Hawks. That watch along is going down right now on the Twitch. So if you're NBA fan,
That's the Sky
head over
Sports.
there.
That's
You can
Sky
stay
Sports Center. We are Sky Sports News.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Chinlo, how'd you say it? Liu, I will get to your comment as well about Manchester United. Peter G, I see you. So I had to run through some other stuff as well. Marcel saying, I don't see how you man win it from here. I'm sorry, City is a machine. They don't even look like dropping any points, let alone losing a game. We're going to find out. I want to get to this as well from TBG. Says, if we win this league, I don't want to hear any excuses about a weak City side. What I'd say to you, TBG, is if you win the league, why do you care? It's like when people say to me, oh, Manchester United only dominated because United spent the most money and Fergie was in charge, and you could go and buy everybody else's players, and all the other managers in the league were crap, and everyone else couldn't spend money like Manchester United, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's say all them things are true. For argument's sake, I couldn't care less. You know why? Because I see my team win multiple league titles. Why do people care? I don't care. I don't understand it, TBG. I hope you're still in the chat. I don't get it.
Care who finished second because of what their circumstances?
I hear that regular people.
What's that got to do with me, bruv? I won the league. What's that got to do? What is their downfall got to do with me, bruv?
I say don't blame me because your team was shit. You know what I'm saying? And that if it was that easy, your team could have done it. 100%. Oh, it's much better now. Fergie wouldn't be successful. Well, he's not managing now. You know what I'm saying? Sir Alex Ferguson managed when he managed and won everything. And I see my team win everything. Whether I don't care who was second. I don't care if it was a great Arsenal side, if it was a great Chelsea side, if it was a great City side, but whoever it was that finished second. I don't care. What did your team win? If people want to call the league was much weaker in the 90s and early 2000s, okay. That doesn't make any of those Premier League title wins any less. Is it a weaker City side? Yes, that is a fact. But that's not taken away from Arsenal. That's just the facts of the matter. City haven't been at it like they have been before. Like if you don't admit that, you're just lying to yourself. But that's cool. Like it doesn't really matter. That's just me. I hope you're still in the top TBG. I don't get it. I don't. It is what it is. I don't. And you said people love using the word bottle with Arsenal because we've seen you fold so many times. Not so much this season, but like in previous years under Wenger. You don't get beat 10-2 twice in aggregate. That's bottling it. That's giving up. You don't get like it became a thing where under Arsene Wenger, when it was guaranteed Arsenal would get packed at a big away game. Guaranteed Arsenal would go somewhere and concede 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 every single season. If you go look, people. You've all got Google. Google Arsenal's biggest Premier League defeats. Guaranteed, they're all in the same, like it's separate seasons. Whether it's 8 by us, whether it was 5 or 6 by Chelsea, whether it's getting packed at Manchester City, whether it's getting packed at Liverpool. Like that takes a while to change. And you haven't been beat like that in a minute. What's the last like stuffing you lot got in a big away game in the Premier League? It's been a minute now. It's been 2-3 years, right? It's probably somewhere at Liverpool. You probably got beat like 4 at Liverpool. Yeah, so Liverpool. So that's where that came from. Because you lot
and
were
City,
renowned
didn't
for
we
getting
get
packed.
stuffed at City as well last year? I forgot.
I don't necessarily care, but people
I think we got stuff
like
at
to
City
move goalposts, if you get me. Yeah, people do like to move goalposts, like I said with my team. But you just have to let people, just tell people, hold that. I've won the league title. I don't care if Manchester United won a league title and then Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City were all in League One. Don't care. I couldn't care less. It's not my fault that they're so shit that they're in League One or League Two or the Championship or battling relegation.
Man said I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, like legit.
You think I care about rivalries, bro? I just want to see my team win a trophy.
I want to see
that's
my
it,
team
bro.
win.
You think I care about the rivalry itself, bro? Oh, that was a great rivalry. I don't give a fuck.
Don't care. Like, can rivalries be enjoyable? Yes, but
yes,
they're
but
enjoyable.
give me the fucking trophy over a rivalry.
They're enjoyable looking back at them. But during them Arsenal United times, as it was going on, I couldn't stand Arsenal. Why do you think I have so much vim for Arsenal now? Because I still remember things they did to us, beating us 2 league titles, beating us in FA Cup finals, knocking us out in FA Cup semi-finals. Like, we would have won so much more if they weren't there. And they would have won so much more if we weren't there. So that's where that hatred comes from. Like, that's what it is. Like,
we would have at least won at least 3 or 4 more fucking leagues if you weren't there.
What I'm saying. We would have, and as greedy as I am, and it sounds greedy, we would have won 3 or 4 more if they ain't there. We probably 4 or 5 Pete. I'm saying they stopped us a couple times. You know what I'm saying, I think a couple of times we did doubles, they stopped us from 3-peating a couple of times. Yeah. You beat us in the FA Cup final once. You know what I'm saying? I know you beat us in the FA Cup semi-final. Their potential. That's what 3, 4, 5 trophies I'm talking about off the top of my head, and there's probably more. Like, that's what it is. You know, so that's where the vim comes from.
They were the good old days, bro.
Yeah, man. Some of them were.
That's what I'm saying. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah. King K, big up, man, says, I don't want City winning 3 in a row, but something doesn't smell right about Arsenal for real. Either way, we're screwed. That's why I look at it. We are actually screwed. You know what I'm saying? We are. Cam, why? This is from Peter G. Why were Odegaard and Saka so quiet? Do you believe they were quiet? If so, why do you think they were so quiet in the game?
I think Saka just had his off game. Like,
okay, first.
You can't even say Saka don't turn up on the big days because his record against the big games in itself is amazing for his age right at the moment. So can't even complain. I just think he had an off day. I think what Liverpool set out to do was to keep them too quiet per se, and then what ended up happening was they I don't think Liverpool realised. Do you know what it is? I don't think Liverpool expected to be so dominant, especially in that second half. I don't think Liverpool was expecting the dominance they had over us, because I think they was expecting this new kind of Arsenal. Well, we might get dominated here, just hold it down defensively, and we got Salah there, we got we can catch them on the break and that. But I don't know. Like I said, I think we just crumbled under the crowd itself. I think the crowd, when it all piped up, I think it just. I feel like the pressure that all the players felt the pressure after that.
The pressure got to you, lot.
Yeah, the pressure got to us, and like who knows? I mean, if that car never woke up and we went in half time 2-0 and we come out second half.
That first goal, that goal was a killer when they scored it. Killer.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If we go, that's what I'm saying. If we go in 2-0 half time, we come out pretty much the same how we come out first half. Who's not to say Saka don't go on and get an assist or a goal, or he doesn't have a great second half, or an Odegaard. But obviously that's only on ifs now. But yeah, man, I think they just had one of them games. And
that's one of them.
They've had so many good games. I can't really blame them if they have an off day. Do you know what I mean? I haven't really got an excuse for it. They just had a bad day at the office, isn't it?
First, that's super honest. You know what I'm saying? That is super honest.
I mean, like I said, they've been so good for us this year as it is. Like, I mean, they're allowed their 1 or 2 off days. It was just unfortunate it happened on a big game day. That was unfortunate because if it wasn't going to happen on Sunday, it would probably happen on Sunday. Funny enough, because we play on Sunday again. But do you know what I mean? They're expected to have their 1 or 2 off days because of tiredness and shit. So yeah, it is what it is, man. There's no excuse for it. It's just bad day at the office. That's what it is, man.
Ed says, can we talk about fullbacks that can't defend? Zinchenko and Trent stank defensively. Give me Wan-Bissaka's Brook for any day. He wouldn't have done that as easy as them, man. Here's the thing with that, Ed, because of the way modern day football's gone and with fullbacks, yes, they are better going forward than they are defensively. And what you just said there is the con to having fullbacks who are not good defensively. But then the pro is to having fullbacks who are so good offensively is Trent. The way Trent created the goal for Firmino. The skill and the cross was sublime. It's an incredible piece of skill. Both of them. Not only to do the skill and then to pick out, like he picked out Firmino with a pinpoint cross to the point where he can't miss. And this is why when I've spoken in depth about Wan-Bissaka, why I would keep him, is for certain games. If I'm going away to Anfield, if I'm going away to the Emirates, I'm playing Wan-Bissaka. 110%. I'm fully playing because he's much more capable of locking down a Martinelli, a Nunes. I'm saying a Foden, whoever's playing on the left, a Grealish, whoever's playing on the left-hand side. If it's Chelsea or Sterling, whoever. If I'm going away in the Champions League, whether it's Real Madrid, whether it's Bayern Munich, whether it's PSG, whether it's Napoli. And this is why it's horses for courses and styles. So yeah, I think nobody's shocked that defensively they weren't good. I don't think anybody's surprised. I think we all know what they're like, to be honest.
I've always had my concerns about Zinchenko defensively anyway. Everyone knows that, man.
Yeah, because he's actually a central midfielder. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a shit left back. I'll tell him that. I'll tell you that for a fact.
What, you don't rate Zinchenko?
As a left back, no.
So what would you like to see him play midfield?
Pretty much. Because that's what he normally plays. I'm not saying he's a shit left back, but he's not. We can get better.
Okay, so it's somewhere where you're looking to improve.
I've already said this about him. When he gets caught, if he gets caught in midfield, he's fucked. Like for that left back position, and then when he is in left back, he's not great. He's average. He's bang average as a left back, to be honest.
Yeah,
he's just a bang average left back. That's what it is, right? And like you said, offensively, he offers a lot.
You have so much going forward.
Yeah, going forward. Don't get me wrong. He's good at what he does, but it's just defensively, he's just bang average. He's just not great. You know, he's just a bang average player.
Fairs.
I just like the fire he's brought into the Arsenal squad. That's it. He's brought this fire and confidence into this Arsenal squad. Him and Jesus. So, yeah, man.
All right, Fairs. You lot continue to get your questions in, please, before we close out. How many likes? Right, we're at 48 likes. Big up to you lot. 49 now. Girls up to 60 likes, people. 60 likes. We're still
hit that 60.
Hit that 60 likes. We're still 4 short, I believe. I'm just refreshing right now. Still 4 short of the subscriber mark. The first one, I'm still only at 6,296. Only looking for 4 new subscribers, people. 4 new subscribers, so hit the subscribe button. Fardeen says 4:30 in Dubai. Big up, man. Good to see people from Dubai watching. Crazy. Big up, man.
4:30 as well. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Are they only
Liu
3 hours
says,
ahead of us? I didn't know that. I thought it'd be a bit more.
yeah, something like that. It isn't too.
No, because the only
yeah,
reason I say
it's
that
not.
is because I know Thailand is 6 hours ahead of us.
Mhm.
And I only know that was because when I went there, because obviously my pops was out there.
Yeah.
I remember I hollered my man there at like 9, 10 in the morning over there. But for them, it was like 3 in the fucking morning, bro. They're like, why are you calling me? I'm like, what do you mean, bruv? It's morning. He's like, bruv, it's 3 a.m., bro. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. Yo, go back to bed, my bad.
Yeah, joke.
I didn't know. I thought, yeah, like I said, I thought they were like 5, 6 hours themselves.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. To you here, who says, Flawless, what's the situation with the forward line at United with Rashford out, Martial's ankles being made out of Haribo? Who's going to score the goals?
Is Rashford out?
Yeah, Rashford got injured against Everton. Do you not know? Yeah, he got injured against Everton.
I know. I heard about it getting injured, but I didn't know if it was a
serious. Yeah.
precaution or a serious one. Well, how long is he out for? Rest of the season? Or?
They've not said. No. It won't be the rest of the season. I'm guessing it'll be 3-4 weeks. I'm guessing because Rashford put out a poll saying, "Yeah, I've got something along the lines of," I'm paraphrasing, or something along the lines of, "I've still got games to play." I'm saying so probably 3-4 weeks. But yeah, Liu, in regards to this, your guess is as good as mine because Rashford is a big miss. Martial is a big if he stays fit. You know what I'm saying? That is a huge if. However, if Martial does get injured, we may struggle. But the only positive is that defensively we're very solid. In particular at Old Trafford, we've been defensively very solid. That's why we have the best defensive home record in the league.
I think that was Ten Hag's thing to make sure OT.
Yeah, to make sure he's defensively solid. Yeah, becomes
a fortress. The first thing was in his head was we need fuck this season alone, but we need to make Old Trafford a safe haven for us because it's not even a safe haven for us anymore.
Nope. And that's what he's done.
So I think that's what he's installed. I think that's what his main goal with this season was to make Old Trafford the palace again, if that makes sense. So if anyone comes there, don't expect, regardless of a win, don't expect an easy fucking game.
And that's what he's done.
And that's what he's installed. So I got to give him props for that.
Absolutely. That's what he's done. So in regards to it, yeah, man, like legit, that's what it is. That's what it is in regards to the home form. So yeah, and because we have the best record at home in terms of conceding goals, even our away record isn't the worst. I think it's like before this weekend just gone, it was like the 5th best in the league. So I don't worry too much because we can keep clean sheets. I think we have enough in the team to nick the odd goal. With Casemiro being back, with Eriksen being there, with your Brunos, with your Anthony's, with your Sancho, between them all, they're good enough. And Martial are throwing that mix to nick a goal. That help us win games 1-0. I'd add on top of that, the reason why I'm not even too concerned about Rashford's injuries is because I look at the fixture list and I don't worry about any of the games apart from Brighton in the semi-final. That's the one where I'm like, Rashford will be missed. We'll move to Sevilla, regardless, with or without Rashford. You could take out Rashford, Eriksen, and Casemiro, and I would still fully expect us to get through and get by Sevilla. In the league, it's of the least importance. I don't count the top 4 race like that. I'm not really too fussed in regards to finishing in the top 4. Because if we win the Europa League, like we should, league position is null and void. That's just all about keeping the players fit and sharp and momentum. That's what it is, keeping confidence high. Because I always say form is something you can't switch on and off like a light switch. So it's about the players getting into a rhythm. So that's what I would say in regards to it. I'm not too worried about goals because I've always known it's been an issue anyway because we don't score enough goals. Big up Flawless and Cam every time. Come on, you gooners, says TJ. Big up to TJ in the cut as well. Let me see if I've seen anything. Have I missed anything? TBG's not having it. He says Zinchenko's defending is his weak point, but he's not terrible. Sometimes you just have to give the attacker credit. It can happen to the best defenders. I remember CR7 handing Cole his ass. Here's what it is. He says Zinchenko slowly becoming a scapegoat when he's solid defensively. Nobody mentioned it. He wouldn't be top if Tierney was starting week in, week out. He doesn't bring the same level of control to the team. Let you respond to that.
I'm saying we need a better left back than Zinchenko.
First,
I'm not, and that's not me saying taking Zinchenko out of the team. I'm just saying we need a better left back than Zinchenko.
you like him in midfield, don't you?
I like it. I actually like him in midfield. I think he brings something different to the game because he's an inverted left back. It brings something different to the game. I get it, but problem is when he inverts into a midfielder, converts himself into wherever, we end up having Xhaka or Martinelli covering him. You know what I mean? And everyone knows my feelings on how I was earlier in the season with Martinelli always having to cover him. But since then, I can't even lie. I think, 7 goals out of 8 games now? Come on, big up Martinelli. 14 goals, one behind in on form Rashford.
Joke, man. You know what I'm saying? And that joke, man. Hilarious, Dunny. Hilarious, Dunny.
And one
TBG
behind
says,
the on form Rashford and that.
yeah, shout out Rashford, man. What if you don't win any more trophies and finish outside the top 4? Then it's still been a successful season. It will just be it'd be the disappointing end. But the season, they've already achieved
a trophy.
Everything. They've already achieved everything I wanted plus more. This season has already exceeded what I wanted. They've hit all the objectives plus more. So if United were to win no more trophies and finish outside the top 4, I'd be like, all right, we need to go again in the window. We need to go again in the window anyway. But it would further give me evidence and proof to back up what I'm saying about these players, that the majority of our team is not good enough. And it's not. And that would just heighten it. So that's what it is. But do I expect us to win the Europa League? Yes. Do I expect us to also finish in the top 4? Yes. But if we don't win the Europa League, I'm pissed. I've been saying this the entire season. If we don't win the Europa League, I am livid. Especially with Arsenal going out. Especially with us knocking Barcelona out. Where we've knocked out. They were 2 of the 3 favourites alongside with us in this competition. So the fact that Arsenal have gone and
they got knocked out.
And
the fact that both of us realistically got knocked out so early in it as well.
Yeah, it was early. It's not like it's a quarter. So it's like, yeah, if we can't get past
Barcelona didn't even make the rounds per se. They got knocked out in the fucking playoffs.
Like if we can't get past Sevilla, who are 5 points off the relegation zone in Spain, Sporting or Juventus, and then Roma, Feyenoord, a Belgian Pro League team in Union Saint-Gilloise, and I remember who the other team is. Then push this team off a cliff if we can't bypass them teams I just mentioned. Because we're talking about next season going and being in the Champions League and competing against the best of the best and the elite of the elite. If we can't win the second-tier European competition, something is wrong. And I'm not even though Ten Hag would be at fault because he would have done things wrong for us to go out, I'm looking at these players. I already don't rate these players as it is anyway. I've already said I want a whole new team pretty much in terms of first team and squad. I already said I want a new goalkeeper, 2 new fullbacks, another central midfielder, a 10, and a striker. And that's just the first team. That's just the first team. I said a goalkeeper, 2 fullbacks, central midfielder, attacking midfielder, and a striker. That's 6 out of the 11. It's more than half. Never mind squad. What I'm talking about, another centre-back, talking about 3 central midfielders, talking about 2 strikers behind that. But it is, like I said earlier on Monday United Flawless, be wary, don't underestimate any team, don't count your chickens. You mean like you counted when you told me Liverpool would beat Real Madrid, Massa? And I told you that you had no chance. And then you lot got clapped 5-2 and then you disappeared that night. That's the same shit. Or when you told me we would get beat by Barcelona. And I said, no, we won't. And we knocked out Barcelona. Or like when you told me we get beat by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. And I said we'd beat Newcastle. And we packed Newcastle. Like, come on, man. It's not a question of counting your chickens. They're not a good side. Like I was saying on Monday United earlier, Sevilla are 15-2 at the bookies to just win the match. So if you lot are so confident, go
counting
get rich.
Them chickens, bro. You know them chickens are more worthless than. Have you ever seen? Is it Two Guns?
Yeah. 2 Guns is fire. Yeah. 2 Guns is fire.
Denzel and
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. You know the bit where they go and see whoever it is, the drug lord, kingpin, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're about to leave, and Mark Wahlberg shoots the chickens' heads.
Yeah.
That these lot have been trying for time. They can't even hit one chicken, bruv. Yeah. And my man comes in, pow, pow. That's how that's what them chickens are, bruv, right now. They're just headless, pointless, bruv.
And Tommaso, you also said, all right, I won't say nothing else. I'll be here. Yeah, you'll be here when we knock out Sevilla, and then you'll say, oh, you're going to lose to Sporting or Juventus. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's whoever
I
goes
think
through
you're
out of
only, you
Sporting
know
or
what it is,
Juventus.
and like I said,
That's what's going to happen.
we discussed this before, innit? I think your only team that you're going to struggle against because of the whole nostalgia of like the whole thing about with Pogba and that is Juventus, and it's only because of the whole Pogba thing.
Yeah, I ain't really trying to see Juventus.
But it's not like I'm not even saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying, oh, that's the reason why Juventus will win. I'm just saying that's the only reason why there's a hype on it because of
that's headache.
yeah, it's just because Pogba coming back to OT.
Yeah. Even though that being said, who else I talk? I think I asked Jez this, and who said this when I asked him who's worse out of Juventus and what's it called? Sporting, and I can't remember what he said. He might have said Juventus.
I think Juventus are worse, to be fair.
And TBG says Juventus are picking up form. Yeah, and we're in form too. All these things.
To be fair though, your away record is bad. I didn't realize how bad it is.
Fam, we have the 5th best away record in the league.
No, I'm saying recently.
Oh no, against the top sides is not the best, but we're in improvement.
Yeah, no, I saw that little thing where in the last few games, like your away record has been quite shit.
Bear in mind, our better players have been missing. That also takes into consideration. Saying, but people
that's the thing, like no one expected United, just like no one expected Arsenal to be where they are right now.
No one expected us to be where
everyone expected more. If anything, more people would expect United to be higher than what they are from last season anyway, but not to the point where how you've gone this season. And then saying that, we're like, what points are you on right now? What, 50? 55 in it or 56?
Oh no, sorry, my laptop moving slow.
I think it's 56.
I have no idea. I'm gonna check now. Jose's Roma in the final. Smalling. We'll move to them, man. Players we deem not good enough. I'm not scared of Jose Mourinho, Smalling, Matic, Dzeko, Dybala in 2023. No, I'm not.
They're 2015 FIFA players, bro.
Yeah, I'm not scared. I'm sorry. If we had them players, we'd get laughed out of the building. I would get told every week about how trash my team was if Manchester United had Mourinho in charge, and we had Smalling, and we had Matic, and we had Dybala, and we had Dzeko, and we had Wijnaldum. If Manchester United had those players and had Mourinho, the rivals and the fans would be talking about how bad our team is every day. Same way if we had Sevilla's side with Rakitic at 35 and Acuna and all these, man, and we were 5 points off relegation, we would get laughed out of the building. We laugh about Chelsea right now for that very reason. But all of a sudden, it's all be wary of Sevilla. Why? Good sides ain't 5 points off relegation. Yeah, and it's just hope. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Well, here we are, and people just ain't honest.
It's one of them hit and hope things.
Man should just say it. You know what I'm saying? Man should just say it and just be like, yo, you know what? I just don't want you lot to get beat. Don't like try to add logic. Don't count your chickens. When Liverpool played Real Madrid, man was trying to tell me Liverpool had a chance. Based off of what? Based off of what? And the gap between United and Sevilla is bigger than the gap between Real Madrid and Liverpool. What are we talking about? Let us be 13th in the Premier League, 5 points above relegation in April. No one ain't talking us up. Oh, well, Manchester United, we have more European heritage than them. What are we doing? How many Champions League Sevilla got? How many league titles they got? We can play the heritage card with them. That ain't even the biggest. That ain't even the biggest team in that city. I don't even know if Betis have won more or not. Like in terms of league titles, I don't even know.
They ain't even considered the 5th biggest team in the country, let alone fucking City.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking about. You got Barca and Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? The Valencias and Villarreals and
Atletico Madrid and
Atletico Madrid. I'm saying, what we doing? Honestly, I think Feyenoord are going under the radar on their side of the draw. I think they can get a result versus Roma. Hey, I'd love to play Feyenoord because Turner will know some of them. Yeah, but I hope it's the Belgian team, but it won't be. I want the Belgian team, man. Bring me Union Saint-Giro, man. Bring me them. Bring me the Belgian Pro League team. And if we got them, people would have been hyping them up. Yo, but they're decent in the Belgian Pro League team. You know, they're in good form. All right. Everyone
Like
we
you
play
went
is
to
Super Saiyan.
Belgian Pro League every
Yeah,
fucking week,
everyone we
bro.
play is Super Saiyan. I got told the same at base. Everyone told me about Barcelona. Everyone told me. We discussed it on the show in depth. Everyone told me about Barcelona. That's why and regular watchers would have heard me say this all the time. Go back and watch the second leg watch along at halftime and see me going back and forth with the chat. People telling me, well, Barcelona don't need to create more because they're 1-0 up. Yeah, I bet they wish they created more now, innit? Because they're at home and we still in the competition.
What
What
the
are we
fuck
doing?
am I watching? Sorry, man.
It's cool, man. No stress.
I'm
It's all
watching
good.
this Gossip Girl fucking program, bro. I don't.
Come on, man. Your other half got you
Sorry,
onto it,
man.
innit? That's what it is.
I'm.
It's cool, man. Your other house will have you watching stuff like that. It's okay, fam. You know what
Nah,
I'm
I'm
saying?
at my mum's right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Your mumsy will have you watching that then, innit?
Nah,
You know
my
what I'm
mum's not
saying?
even here, bro.
Yeah, we'll end. Well, don't worry. We'll end the stream so you can get back to Gossip Girl soon, innit? We're gonna close
Hey,
out.
thank you,
You know what I'm
yay!
saying, innit? This guy, you know, right? Like you can't just. What channel is it on?
What is it? No, I just put the TV on, innit? Because I was watching
Just put the TV on.
BBC One. There you are.
Yeah, man, you can just watch that on the iPlayer,
Hey,
fam.
BBC, I'm playing them
Just
man
watch
things
on your
and that,
iPlayer,
bro.
man.
I'm
If you
watching
don't
it. What
think
the
this is
fuck is
Gossip
going
Girl,
on,
yeah.
bro? Like,
This guy's
what is
invested.
this going, bro? This, bro.
This guy trying to de-stress from the title race. That title race is stressed. Got Cam come out here watching
Gossip Girl on that,
watching
bro.
Gossip Girl. He's stressed. He's stressed.
Bro,
You
bit
kind of touched on
gossip
this,
in
but man have
Gossip
mentioned
Girl.
it. Man is saying worried about Saka's form. Only one good performance in his last 5 in all competition. Are you worried? Are you concerned that's all about his form recently?
No, I said
Okay,
one good,
fair.
bro. He's had. Listen,
Go on.
he's 21 years old. I don't know what everyone expects from this guy, bro. Everyone's
Fair.
expecting him to be the Lionel Messi of this fucking league right now, bro. Give him his time, like he would. Like I said, he's, bro. It is what it is, like. I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed on Saka. Saka. I'm not surprised about his form right now because he's being overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
That just comes with being overplayed and being. I'm not saying inexperienced, but haven't got the right the big experience as like your Mo Salahs and all of them players have. Like they've been doing this for over 10 years. This guy's been doing it for free. Do you know what I mean? Like
Facts. No, you fam.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Flawless, you know, who owns Union Saint, also owns the Premier League team. Yeah, because the reason why I'm so fully aware of that, because Peter and Alam and them jokers who be on here at times mentioned them. I was like, that's our Belgian team, because Chelsea is shit. So man had to jump ship and all that. That's what it is. That man hopped off a sinking ship. You know what I'm saying? Ran from the grind.
They
And that,
don't.
you know what I'm
They
saying?
see them man there. They don't like that. They can't be man enough to stay on the sinking ship, so they have to hop.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? They man are hoppers. They're like
Huh?
the opposite of what's his face. What's his face? Pirates of the Caribbean. What's his face?
Oh, Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah. That fair enough. No, they are Jack Sparrow because Jack Sparrow don't stay on sinking ship. Unless it's the Black Pearl. My man don't stay on sinking ships. These man are the Jack Sparrow. These man are the Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, the man duck shit and that, innit? And well, I'm gonna complain. Why are you showing Chelsea so much? But when you lot were in Champions League finals and stuff, it was all about all the Chelsea content. Then shout out to Black Diamond because he mentioned it to me. You know what I'm saying? When Lewis was here week in, week out, day in, day out, saying champions of Europe. It was all well and good talking about Chelsea then. But now them man are 11. Them man don't want to talk Chelsea.
What about now?
Yeah, now they don't want to talk about, why you so in Chelsea so much? You're a criminal, blah, 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 our misery, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Hey, all you Chelsea dickheads, hold that. I know some of you lot are watching. I'm saying, Serfo, Peter, Victor, Alam, Lewis, who else?
You're not even top half of the fucking table, bro.
Yeah.
Hold that. 600 million pound in and not even top half of it. Fuck being top of the league or being in the top 4 or top 6. You're not even top half. You are not relevant to us right now. You should not be saying shit, bro. Remember where you came from and remember where you are today. Because when it all goes tits up, yeah, again, you're gonna be doing the same damn thing. Because you'll come back. You'll come back. You normally do, and then it all go tits up at one point. You'll all jump the sinking ship, and then you'll all come back again. That's why I say Chelsea fans and Man City fans were all fucking Arsenal fans beforehand.
This guy, you're a joker, you know.
Bro, before 2006, yeah, I'm telling you, Stamford Bridge couldn't get filled, bruv. And suddenly after that, half of the Arsenal fan base go missing, and suddenly Chelsea gain a whole fucking half a fucking million fans. I wonder fucking why. And then the same shit happens when City go and fucking do the same fucking thing.
Nah, don't do
They
that.
couldn't even fit a seat
City
at the
can't fill their
Etihad. Now
ground.
they can fill 10 of them because of
Yeah,
our
that's
fan
true.
base.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They can't fill 10 of him. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. 100%.
And
Big up
actually,
to
no. To be fair, shout out to Jan, innit? Because she's been a City fan from day one, I've heard.
Yeah. Just her.
So she's
That's
the
it.
only City fan, really and truly, innit? Barring that, yeah, they were all Arsenal fans before. Don't let them fucking fool you, bro.
It's big up Sharif. Says, Defo not happy about Rashford's injury, but in a positive light, Ericsson and Casemiro are available, which is pivotal to give us optimal control in midfield. And I think
You got
people really
Eriksen back.
underestimate. Yeah, Ericsson played against Everton. So Ericsson's back. Casemiro's back. I could have cried tears when I seen Everton. I mean, seen Ericsson back on that pitch against Everton. Finally, man, a midfield controller back. So great to have them both back. Our first choice midfield, definitely. And yeah, man, over the moon about it. I'm saying and that. Like, over the moon about it. Can't wax lyrical enough about the importance of those two. And the fact that we're being linked with more midfielders already is a positive sign. And we've been linked with Frimpong as well. It lets me know that Ten Hag knows that this team still needs improvements. And I'm not surprised anyway. This just backs up what I already thought. The fact we've been linked with a right back, the fact that we're getting linked with central midfielders, the fact that in both windows, the 2 windows he's been here, he signed midfielders. He signed Ericsson and Casemiro in the summer. He signed Sabitzer in January. So it lets me know he knows this is a problem area and we still need to improve there. So when people talk about, oh, Manchester United spent 200 million, blah, blah, blah. The team needed more than 200 million spent to improve and get to the level where we're at because we are far behind. We did some form of maths on earlier on the Man United show, and when I was talking about the amount of players that we need, say in a perfect window, we raised it up. It was up to like 550 million. With that being said, the player sales was 200 M's or something like that. So it was like a 300 million swing. And spending money doesn't necessarily make you good. Liverpool have spent 200 million in the past 2 summers and gone backwards. So just putting that out there. This is a good question, actually. Marcel says, what's more likely to happen? Arsenal beating City to the league title or United beating City in the FA Cup? The first one. Arsenal beating City to the league title is much more likely than United beating City to the FA Cup. What are you saying?
Arsenal, yeah. Just to be going on where we're at right now, then yeah.
Yeah, where you're at and there's more games, so yeah. Whereas United City, one-off game, City are the better team, big pitch. Even though don't get mistaken, if we play them, I'm picking us to win. Even though everything's in City's favor and they're the better side with the better players and a better manager, I'm picking us if we make it because there's no guarantee we get past Brighton. No guarantee we walk through. We could lose that semi-final to Brighton. Do I think it happened? Do I think it happens? No. But if someone was like, Brighton will beat you, I'd be like, I hear it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Paul. That was jokes flawless. You on the stream when Troop said he's relaxed. Zah, put your feet up. They are hilarious. Yeah, make sure you go check out the Troops podcast, man.
Oh, yeah, nah.
That shit was hilarious, yo, man.
You made it worse, bro.
How did I make it worse, yo? Man could help man out. I'm trying to help out my big up Zah. I'm trying to help Zara out. I'm trying to help Zara.
You made it worse, bro.
I'm trying to help Zara out. What the fuck?
That's the way you said. How can you say shit like that, bro? You know how he is.
Yeah, he knows, man. You know what I'm saying? And that. Zara there with his
Because when I said it, yeah, when he first said it, I was thinking the exact same thing in the way Troop said it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see him put his feet on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So and when he said it to Zar, I knew exactly what he meant. But then you started laughing at it and you just said, nigga for saying that. How can you say that? You know he can't reach the table.
Man, help man out. You know what I'm saying? In that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I was dying, bro. I was dying, bro. That was funny, bro.
Like, that's what it is.
Bro.
And Marcel, don't put words in my mouth. I never said I'm not confident against Brighton. I said if somebody said Brighton were gonna beat us, I'd go, I hear it. Because Brighton are a good side. We are now missing. We will probably, just as asked, Rashford will probably miss the rest of this month's games and then a couple games after that. So yeah, do I think we beat Brighton? Yes, I do think we beat Brighton. But can I categorically say comprehensively we beat them regardless? No. We could lose to Brighton. That's not out of the realms. You confident about slapping Sevilla 4-5 though? Because Sevilla are not better than Brighton. That's why. Sevilla are not better than Brighton. If Brighton were to play Sevilla, I have Brighton. Over 2 legs, 1 leg, Brighton. I'm saying Brighton could be a Champions League side next season. Sevilla ain't even going to be in Europe. Brighton could be a Champions League side. Rashford out his peak. The goal's about to dry up. That's also a problem against a team like Brighton. We're Brighton in the league, 5th. So yeah, that's why I'm confident. See, and because people don't listen, I legit said I think we beat Brighton. But it will be a tough game. But this way, Brighton will give us a tougher game than Sevilla. Say that much. 100%. Sevilla got European heritage, though. How many times they won this competition? Benfica have European heritage, and they got beat by one of the worst in the Milan sides today, 2-0. What are we doing? I can do this all day. Benfica have European heritage. More than Inter Milan, I believe so. Yeah. I think so anyway. Or if not, it's a draw. But Benfica, are the bigger European club, should I say, in that sense. Like, they've got more historical nights. So what are we talking about here? Like, and Inter just beat them 2-0. Like, I don't care about European heritage means nothing. Unless you're Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the only exception to that rule. That's it. The only exception. That's what I would say.
President Biden's out in Northern Ireland right now.
Well, what the hell is President Biden doing in Northern Ireland?
I have no fucking idea, but the news just came on and it's the first thing that's popped up.
Right, Gossip Girl done, yeah?
Yeah, man, pissed off, bruv. It just ended on me. I'm like, I was just getting into the end of it and it just went, I went, what the
BBC
fuck,
iPlayer is you, man. BBC iPlayer is you. Hey, you lot,
bro,
continue to bump
BBC
up the
iPlayer
likes,
that
man.
shit, you know what I'm saying, bruv? Gossip Girl on that, hey. I don't even know
Continue to
what was
bump up
going
the
on,
likes,
bruv. I couldn't
people.
hear it, innit? I couldn't hear it, so I don't know. That's why I said, what the fuck is going on? Because I couldn't hear it. I just saw all this bullshit happening. I'm like, I've got no context to this. I'm just seeing people flying, bruv. I don't know why.
Yo, you lot, 60 likes. Girls up to 60 likes. Hit the subscribe button and that. And Benfica, yeah, I knew it was a couple. Actually, I think Inter Milan might have the same still. Inter Milan might have the same. But yeah, like Ed said, Nottingham Forest got European heritage. What does it mean? It's about the players on the pitch. European heritage, like.
I think, I think you win the Europa League, to be fair.
Yeah.
FA Cup's tricky, but I think you win the
FA Cup very tricky because of Manchester City. They're the problems. I'm like,
but then saying that, you never know. Brighton might just end up being one of them days, bro. They could just.
Oh yeah, if we have an off day, and Brighton have an on day, they'll beat us. Whereas if we have an off day and Sevilla have an on day, we'll still beat them 2-0.
Fair. So what's your prediction for Thursday then?
Oh, 4-0. United.
What, are you home or away?
Home to Old Trafford. Home to the sword. Makes that second leg null and void.
Null and void, yeah.
Here's what I got one further. Nottingham Forest on Sunday will give us a better game than Sevilla.
Away or
Nottingham Forest away. Yeah, it's at Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roma my pick for the Europa League, and I'm sticking with that. Nobody ain't beating Jose. Hey, Marcel, you also told me Liverpool were beating Real Madrid, so here we are. You know what I'm saying? Your picks ain't been good all season. But we'll see. Because Roma play... Is it Feyenoord? I think it's Feyenoord. But they're on the other side of the bracket. I believe it's Feyenoord. Let me check that. Let me actually check that. Let's see what's going on. You lot let me know in the chat, actually. Say again.
I said I was watching the football, this football show the other day, innit?
Mm-hmm.
But I just realized it has nothing to do with this fucking conversation, so.
Well, we'll switch it back to this conversation. West Ham on Sunday, away. What are you saying?
I say a win.
Win. Okay. All right. What score?
I say a win. I say 3-0.
Okay. And that being said, you do play Southampton at home on the 21st. So next week, what we might do if Cam comes about is move the show from the Thursday to the Friday. What are you saying, Cam?
That'll be tough.
If you're not about, all right, cool, we'll run it at the normal day then.
Because
We'll
I
run it
might be at
Thursday.
work. I might be at
Yeah,
work
no
till
stress. If you're
about
not,
1:30.
yeah, we'll run it. Don't worry, man. We'll run it before. But you lot will get a watch along for Arsenal Southampton on that Friday, which is next week. Not next week, the week after, Friday, the 21st of April. But obviously, this show will be back next week on Thursday. Obviously, there is a playlist for it on the channel as well. So if this is your favorite show, just go to the playlist, you know what I'm saying, titled Arsenal Manchester United show.
I'm your
and
favorite
check it out.
guy. I know, man. Just put, you know.
It's all mad. You know what I'm saying? It's all mad. Like, let's see. Have you actually see the Europa League? I forgot who they even playing. Yeah, Roma got Feyenoord. That's who it is. So United, Sevilla.
West Ham's still in the Conference League.
Yeah, they in the Conference League thing. Yeah,
who they got?
I think is it Ghent or Ghent? The child else though.
Oh yeah.
By Leverkusen, that's the other team. Yeah, West Ham. I think they got. I check now. Yeah, it's Ghent. It's Ghent. Hey, big up Charles SK as well. Is it a sticker? Hey, big up Charles SK for the super chat. Anyway, if you had a question and just type that by accident, let us know and we'll get to your question. You lot, we are going to close out in the next 5 to 10 minutes. The gang is still live on the Twitch as well for the Hawks Heat game that is going on right now. The Miami Heat versus the Atlanta Hawks that is currently going on right now as we speak. Playing game for the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. 7th seed, because the winner of that.
I saw Chicago Bulls might still be able to make it.
Yeah, the Bulls play tomorrow. They're playing the playing game tomorrow, but they got to win tomorrow and then win the next game to win the game on Friday to then get into the playoffs. So they got to win two games.
Still on, bruv.
Yeah, they're gonna get beat tomorrow though.
Shut up.
I'm
they're
just
gonna
telling
go win it, bruv.
The hell of you got more chance. Arsenal are much more likely to pick up the silverware, fam. That's where you should put your eggs in that basket.
My eggs are in the Chicago's basket right now.
that basket.
I'm hoping that the ghost of Jordan's past comes through, bro.
You know what? That basket got a hole in the bottom. But all right, we're gonna close out here anyway. Yo, Cam, what are you saying? Anything else you want to add?
Listen, that basket ain't even got a hole in the bottom, man.
It's definitely got a hole in the bottom. Trust me, the Bulls ain't good.
But yeah, nah, man. I wouldn't panic. Arsenal fans, I wouldn't for you younger lot anyway. I wouldn't panic in it. Like, if anything, be happy that we actually finally got.
Happy.
Yeah, I mean that we've actually finally got to an end of the season where we're in a title race and we haven't just dropped off by fucking February, March time. So
yeah, you didn't do the Liverpool thing this season.
I mean, I'm not panicking. You know what? Before you close out, there was something I wanted to say earlier when someone brought up Liverpool. Cool. Oh no, someone brought up something, and it reminded me of Roms. Is it Roms on Twitter?
Yeah, Roms. Yeah. Shout out Roms, man. Every time.
Yeah, shout out Roms. He put up a tweet. He goes, "You can tell the difference between the ages of the Arsenal fans." I'm not quote tweeting what he's saying, but I'm just going on. I'm basically paraphrasing what he's saying.
Yeah, you paraphrasing what he said.
Yeah, he basically said you can tell the difference between the ages of Arsenal fans. You can say because the older lot ain't panicking right now, whereas the younger lot who ain't seeing this shit are at full panic station, full meltdown and everything, bro. And I'm like, it's true, fam. It's so true. But yeah, man. Just on that, bro. Just don't to younger lots. Hopefully, this is the start of a new era for Arsenal where we are going to be successful in it. Whether we win the league or not this year, I wouldn't worry too much. Like I said, I feel like if we lose the league out this year, it gives up more fire in our bellies to go next year and end up just fucking up the whole league. So, yeah, man, I wouldn't be upset if we lost the league. I'd be more excited to go into next year. So apart from that, we're still top of the fucking league. The elephant's still top of that fucking tree. You know what I mean? That branch is still holding on fucking strong for now. There might be a crack or two in it, but it's still holding on strong for now. And then, yeah, until that elephant falls off the tree, I'll still be happy as fucking Larry.
Maza. All right, people. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We will be back next week, Thursday, with this show in particular. Marcel says, can't wait for Arsenal to bottle the league. It's going to be absolute scene. It's going to be, whether they win it or not, it's going to be the conversation is going to be so interesting. Whether they
We
win it
win the
or
league,
not.
the conversation goes mad. It goes
Yeah,
mad.
that's what I'm saying. Well, I say, yeah, it's going to be
I'm
like, I
going
know
to
this show's
come
going
on
to be nuts.
drunk. Like, who you fuckers now?
Yeah,
Where are you now?
Because you know I ain't no hater. If Cam comes about the day Arsenal win the league, actually, if it's not, the next day after, either the day or the next day after, we'll run the show. If you win the league, well, if you're
100%.
about, so say you win the league on the Sunday. Say
I'll
it's a
make
Sunday.
sure I'm about, bruv.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Obviously, my
I'll
Sundays be
take
stacked,
holidays
but
off
Monday
the whole
is
next month,
basically
bruv.
you'll get a special in it. You get a special. I don't even want to be there, but yeah, you'll get a show.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Fucking nightmare, yo. Have you
Gonna get
said
Arsenal
champions of England?
celebratory stream, bruv.
Fucking.
Brothers is gonna be there popping champers, popping poppers, and everything.
Yeah, champers with pills in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Arsenal the league. Pop.
This guy. I might even on that show send the link out to you lot for Arsenal fans to go. Actually, now I run a fan calling show. That's what I'm gonna do for you lot. I run a fan calling show.
Yeah.
I run a fan
Bruv,
calling
I'm
show.
I will actually go out that day and buy a bottle of Moet or something, bruv, just to pop it on stream. I won't even drink it. Just pop it on stream, bruv.
I definitely run a fan calling show, whether it's that day or the day after. Whether Arsenal win the league or they don't win the league, I will do that for you lot. Remind me, people.
Either way, it'll be sick.
Yeah, so you lot have heard me say that now. It's the 12th of April, so you know it's not whoever's. I'm not biased towards either. Cause I lose either way, but I'll run that for you lot. Marcel, you ridiculous. I want them to lose it on the last day. The agony they would go through. Yeah, that would be peak. Peter G says, big up to both of you. I hope you lot have enjoyed the show. Like I said, get over to the Twitch, people. Get over to the Twitch right now because we're live over there. The Miami Heat Atlanta Hawks watch along is going on right now. And then 3 a.m., so an hour from now, LA Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's the Western Conference playing. So yeah, for the 7th seed. All of these shows are on the upcoming live stream schedule. In regards to tomorrow, just a Q&A tomorrow, actually. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A tomorrow. And on the Twitch, you will get the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. So you get two streams, the live streams tomorrow. The reason why I'm not doing Chelsea Real Madrid is because Lewis is running Chelsea Real Madrid. So get over to Lewis Carefree Lewis G. Link for the title. Link for his channel.
He's not going to the game.
He's not going. It's in Madrid actually. So it's Real Madrid Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that he didn't end up going. So Timo's over there. So yeah, Real Madrid Chelsea. I'm not running a watch along for on the Twitch. However, make sure you get over to Lewis's channel because I will be over there in the comments with you lot. So I hope to see you lot in the comments, man. Out the fucking Chelsea.
I'm at work. Fuck. I was about to say same here, but then I just realized I'm at work.
I'm sure you'll pop in, man, when they go 3-0 down in 30 minutes. You know what
I'm saying? I'll pop in, and then I'll pop back out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that full time I'll pop back in, and then I'll pop back out.
Large up to Marcel says, big up my guys, though. Great show as always. Bless a large up, man. Love to everyone that's locked in. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the new people. Everyone who's super chatted. All much appreciated. Make sure you continue to hit the likes. We're at 59 right now. Big up to you lot. Continue to hit the subscribe button. It is road to 7K. And this has been the Arsenal Manchester United show. Going to talk from the Arsenal podcast meets the Man United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.
Get on top of that, league.